took them, they talked through the night, and you know, when you're in a case like that, you're interviewing a suspect, you give them a chance to sleep. You know, you give them, are you hungry? Would you like a meal? Want something to drink? Want some coffee? It's almost like a catered event. Almost anything that they want, we'll find a way to get for them, except free. Okay, and they did an outstanding job. And at one point, one of the detectives is talking to him, and in the one TV special the Oxygen Network did on it, they did a really nice job of explaining how the detective, he said, John, have you ever heard of DNA? And he kind of looked at him, and he reached over and he touched the back of his hand. And he says, you know what just happened? He goes, yeah, you touched my hand. He says, yeah, he says, I left DNA on you, and you left DNA on me. And DNA is different in every person ever born on the face of the planet. There is no two sets of DNA alike. He says, if you did assault those women and you touched them in any way, shape, or form, we're going to be able to find your DNA on their body and conclusively prove that you were the killer. At that point, he just kind of leaned back a little bit. He looked at the detective and he goes, he says, I guess I'm glad it's over. And from that point, he just opened up and started talking. He talked about not only the 5 that he did in Detroit, he talked about one that he did in Norfolk, Virginia, when he was being discharged from the Navy. And then he went on to talk about all the ones that he'd done while he was assigned to the USS Nimitz aircraft carrier all over the Western Pacific, or the Eastern Pacific, in Taiwan, Vietnam, wherever the Nimitz put in. If he had shore leave, he would go ashore, he would find himself a hooker. He would do his thing, and in doing his thing, usually his partner didn't survive. In a couple of cases, he described one in a hotel room. Yeah, he says, I knew she was dead. He said, I just left and went back to my ship. And in a way, it's the ideal crime. It's the perfect crime. Once you get on a ship from another country, you're no longer subject to being arrested in the country you just came from. So if we have a foreign vessel pull into Detroit in the Detroit River and tie up to the seawall, once you step onto that ship, you're on the property of a foreign country, and